Hey guys, what's going on? This is Nick from thebigyogi.com, and here today just to talk about this month's theme. This month's theme is all about stretching past your comfort zone. So let's get right into it, and today let's talk about happiness. And let's talk about happiness in a little different way. And I'll introduce this as what I've started to call the Happiness Project. So what's the Happiness Project? Well, it's everything that we're starting to see in social media, in yoga studios, in magazines about how if you practice yoga and you practice meditation, you'll become happy. You'll be calm, everything's gonna be perfect, and your life's gonna be great. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not necessarily the case. And don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking happiness. I'm not saying don't be happy. I'm not saying that happiness isn't something beautiful that can be strived for and something to work towards. It's an amazing place to be. But what I am saying is that yoga and meditation, the goal is not to create happiness. It's not to be happy. Why do I say that? Life's not even, right? We have good times in our lives. We have bad times in our lives. We have times when we're happy. We have times when we're sad. Right? What yoga and meditation teach us is to not necessarily ride this wave, but to take it on more of a even and steady plane. So as things around us go up and down, our lives, our personalities, our emotions, can we still stay calm and centered, right? So that's different than being happy. Being happy means it doesn't really matter what's going on around me, I'm just happy. No, life is about being present in the moment and connected to what's going on. Sometimes shit gets tough. Sometimes you break up with your partner. Sometimes you get fired from work. That's not the time to be happy. That's not the time to say, oh, everything's great. That's the time to be real and present and in touch with what's stretching you past your comfort zone. Okay? So let's move into talking about how we can use a yoga or meditation practice to help create a life that's more steady, but not necessarily always focused on being happy. So for me, I utilize what's called pranayama. What's pranayama? So pranayama is breath control. It's not about breath. Sometimes you'll hear a yoga teacher in class say, breathe. Okay, now this isn't the best way to say it. What we want to say is control your breath. Right? There's a difference. And why do I say that? Well, the breath controls the mind, and the mind controls the breath. Okay, how do I know that? How can I say that? Well, think about when you're stressed. How do you breathe? Up in the chest, constricted, shallow. What that means is your mind affects how you breathe. Okay? What that also tells us is that your breath can then affect your mind. If that didn't work, yoga wouldn't work, meditation wouldn't work. So I'll tell you about what I do, and then I'll teach you how to do it. So I utilize a pranayama practice called one-to-one breathing. This is my main practice. I don't necessarily use a lot of asana anymore. Why? It's not as efficient for me. I can get done in 5 or 10 minutes with pranayama, which takes me an hour or more with yoga poses. Cool thing, you don't have enough time for yoga, you got enough time for pranayama. Okay, so it's called one-to-one breath, and I'll teach you how to do it. So the first thing is to slightly close the back of your throat, close what's called the glottis muscle, and you'll want to create an audible sound so that the inhale sounds like this, and the exhale sounds similar. Okay. And notice my breath was smooth, it was even. The reason? Smooth out your breath, you smooth out your thoughts. You begin to smooth out your thoughts, you begin to smooth out your life. Okay? Second piece, you've got your audible inhale and exhale now. The second piece is to create an even length of breath. So if it's a 5-count inhale, it's a 5-count exhale. That may sound easy, that may sound smooth. This can take up to a year at least to figure out. So if a 5 count's too much for you, decrease evenly, maybe 3 count in, 3 count out. If you're more adept, you can increase up to a 10 count in and a 10 count out. Okay, now just to throw it out there, this breath is not necessarily calming at first. It can be quite agitating. It is something that can and maybe will throw you outside of your comfort zone. Again, that's okay. We're not worried about feeling good and happy all the time. We are worried and focused on being present with what's coming up. This practice is a great way to bring things up and it's a great way to begin to bring balance and evenness to your mind. Okay? So try it out, start with 2-3 minutes a day, maybe pump up to 5 to 10 minutes as you get more adept. Feel free to leave some comments below, like and share, and if you have questions, let me know. And if you have any effects or experiences you want to share, also share that below. Cool, so again, this is Nick from thebigyogi.com. Thanks for watching, and be well.